Thank you for joining me. My name is Angie Twydall and I'm a Priestess Ceremonialist at Glastonbury Goddess Conference. I'm also the founder of the Sanctuary of Sophia, where I take my teachings out on womb healing into the world and sacred Bee Priestessing. But today I'm here with you to share the Shamanic Way of the womb in relation to the Crone of the Otherworld and the cervix, and how that relates to us as women in the world right now. So to attune to the energies, I invite you to maybe have a pen or paper, maybe get some incense, an energy spray, a crystal that you like, and we'll connect to the Crone goddesses seated in the cervix. So when you're ready, once you've gathered those things in, these are my beautiful raven feathers that were gifted by the bird that died on our land here on Exmoor in the southwest of England. The actual property is called ranscombe, and the old English word for it is ravenscombe. So that means ravens living in a valley. So we still have ravens here, and this bird died on the land. I literally just walked and found it, and I sacredly honoured the animal and preserved the wings. So very blessed to have these wings. So I'm using an energy spray from my apprenticeship, the Shamanic Way of the womb, for the third gateway. The third gateway on the womb medicine wheel. So whatever you're wearing or spraying, just let it descend. And just bring yourself to this moment now, here together with me. So welcome. The third womb gate, the cervix, the crone. So what do I mean by the third womb gate? What can I explain that to you? Of course I can. So here, I'm going to draw for you a circle. You might want to do this too. Well, it's a bit of a funny shaped circle. So for me, this actually also symbolises a keyhole, the gateway in. This circular represents the womb, the sacred portal that the womb is, and this entryway here represents the vagina all the way up, and the cervix here, which is the gateway into the Holy of Holies, into the womb. So on the Shamanic Way of the Womb medicine wheel, there are actually 8 gateways, but today we're just focusing on the third, which sits here. And if I draw it in, I've drawn it like a flap door, opening and closing. In reality, it's more like a little donut with a tiny hole inside that opens and expands during labour to at least 10 centimetres for the head of the baby to come out. But obviously it's there all the time, and it's there as a protection. It's there as a threshold place. It's there to really only welcome in those who are invited in energetically and physically. And all the energies that we hold from this lifetime, from our love life, from our mother line and our past lives are held in our cervix. So I specialise in trauma healing, and what I find with clients, a lot of trauma is held and released from the cervix. So we've also got the elements on this medicine wheel and the directions: north, south, east and west. Nearly got it wrong. And then from there We have the elements. Now, there's so many medicine wheels out there. This particular one represents our body, our feminine body. So let go of any other wheels you've learned and where the directions and elements sit, because you have to know this one for it to work on the womb. So in the north is air, and this is the top of the womb. So just place your hand there, and if you had a hysterectomy or surgery and you haven't got a womb, we refer to it as your womb space. So energetically, the portal is still there. You can still do any of the womb work, the womb healing, if you've had a hysterectomy. So, top of the womb in the north, take a breath. That is your element of air, your connection up for conscious conception, up to any star seeds waiting to come in, that you can call in and bring down, as priestesses of old did consciously. That's Immaculate Conception, the virgin births. Okay, let's move round to the east. Now on this wheel, it is the element of water. Now on your body, this is like a template that goes over your body. So from the top of the womb, move round to your left, and there you find your left ovary. So seated here in the element of water is our connection to all our feminine side, our soft, lunar, feminine flow, how we move through our life, how we cope with obstacles, whether we push through them or we swirl around them like water does. It also is a place where we hold all our relationships with the feminine. So our sister wounding, our mother wounding, any ancestral motherline wounding can show up in this left ovary, in the element of water. Moving down to the direction of south, this is where we find, logically, the element of earth. And in your womb, this is the base of your womb or the bottom of the womb. So just place your hand there on the base of your womb and take a few breaths. So this is your connection down to Mother Earth, to Gaia, Pachamama, Bamba, whatever goddess you connect to as Mother Earth, she who is beneath our feet, she who is down beneath our womb space. And we can connect not just to her, we can connect to her center, her heart center, but in womb work, we connect to her womb center, her pulsing, vibrant connection with us, so that we know we belong here. So many of my clients I work with are very much in the element of air. They don't feel rooted, they don't feel grounded. So what we do is you work on their element of earth, their connection to Gaia, to make them feel they do belong. We all belong to her. And there's so much seeking that does go on. We want our tribe, we want our family. So I hope you found yours, but if not, connect to Mother Earth and Gaia. So let's move round to the direction of west, where, opposite to water, we have the element of fire. Now, moving your hand around, we have now come to the opposite of your left ovary. We've come to your right ovary. Now, our element of fire can be seen as our solar side, our passion, our courage, our determination, our spark, our desire to live, our desire to create, our desire to birth and manifest out into the world. So all those desires can be there, but to sustain our single eternal flame is really important. It's important not to get burnt out, not to get exhausted, to really balance your elements, your fire and your water, and to look after yourself, to have a sacred container for your fire that is boundaried. So that sits in your right ovary. So here are all our elements. Earth at the base, fire in the right, air at the top, and water in our left ovary. And we're coming back to the third womb element, which is the cervix. Seat of the Crone. So this is a gateway that holds the archetype of the crone. Interestingly, in our tradition, in womb work, we have twin chakras, and the twin to this energy center is at the back of our head, the witch's eye. So the cervix and the witch's eye are co-connected energetically. As one awakens and one heals, so does the other. And the particular goddesses that I associate seated here, that I can invoke and call to, are the dragon queens, Mary Salom and Ceridwen. It carries the season and energy of winter. And the moon cycle is the dark moon. Menstruation, letting go. And the essence of earth that's carried here is the metal silver. So those are the attributes to the third Grail Gate. So I'd like you to just pause. Many of us, when we start on this journey, actually find it really hard to connect to our womb space, because over years of patriarchy, this power point, this portal that we can access forward in time and backward in time, so much information that comes through in healing sessions and shamanic journeys, this has been lost. So don't worry if you can't connect instantly to your womb space. It takes time. But for now, just sit. I invite you to just sit with your hands over your womb space. And I'd like to read you a beautiful poem. This has come through as the voice of the womb. From the cervix. I am the mystery of moonlight on midnight waters. I am the silence of the deathly hush of snowfall. I am the trees stripped bare to their bones. When I come to you, you must be ready. For my gaze is awesome, and I will reflect your hidden face. I have drunk the wisdom of wise blood, and I have its secrets to share. For those who have the courage to know, I am your infinite essence, beyond time, beyond space. I am the chalice, holding life distilled from death. I am immortality. So as we step approaching the cervix. The pathway takes you up what is called the Royal Road, up through the vagina to the third gateway. This is a threshold place where you can unzip the fabric of the whole universe and gaze through the vastness to infinity. Connecting to this gateway involves a total loss of control and a disintegration of who you think you are. This is in order to rebirth, truly rebirth, who you are. So many students go through, and myself as well, a deep connection to this womb gate, to the crone. Many of us are drawn, allured to the colour black, because it holds everything and it holds nothing. This crone energy resides in all of us, and in the other worlds she reaches out to us, no matter what age we are. And it's a quality and an essence that we can draw upon at any time in our life or journey. When we need power, when we need wisdom, when we need discernment or judging, this deep knowing will help us make an evolutionary leap. And this crone magic naturally comes to us as we enter the phase of dark moon, within the lunar cycle and with our own menstrual cycles. This is the moment of truth within our body and within the lunar cycle, when our womb begins her own shamanic menstrual journey, deep into the underworld to shed her skin, shedding the lining of her womb, shedding her womb blood. If you are still bleeding, blessings of the blood to you. At menopause, my name for the menopause, the gifts of the crone are fully embodied as we become the elder. So how many elders can you turn to for support, encouragement, non-judgment, someone to reach out and hold your hand? That's not really modelled in our society. And we're at a threshold place right now, a pivotal point that is just here, like the cervix. Can we go beyond the threshold of what is perceived reality into a place energetically that is the centre of the womb space, the holy of holies, that is everything and nothing. Nirvana, Om. So how do we help reach those places? How do we help heal anything we have on our cervix? Well, there's a good questions to ask. And of course, it's not mainstream. It's deep practice. It's sacred reflection, journeying, guided audios, shamanic journeys to your cervix. So if you're ready, I invite you to grab a pen and paper, and it might help to write these questions down, or you can play this video again and just write them down as I say them, or write the answers down. So sit for a moment and drop down into the third womb gate. You now know it's the seat of the crone, a portal place, a threshold place, a place of edge walkers. And take a few deep breaths. In your body, in your energy field, sense, see or feel into what is held here. This is a cosmic doorway into the great womb. Ask to feel. Who and what energies have separated you from your sexual power? Have you ever used your sacred sexuality to gain power over others? Have energies entered who wanted to manipulate or disempower you? What wisdom are you being asked to embody right now? Have you allowed loneliness and terror to enter this womb gate? And what is the voice of your womb wanting to share with you right now? So those are deep, self-reflective questions. I'm going to use the womb spray one more time. So to help clear your cervix, activate her, connect with her. These are the gifts that you will receive or find that become present in your life more and more as you help to heal and connect to her. The gifts of wisdom, intuition, courage, foresight, prophecy, soul union and power, magic, clairaudience, communion with the plant and animal kingdom, the power of love, the eternal now, canniness, directness, transformation, dream walking, psychic powers and intuition. So I'll give you one practice if you want to know how to activate your cervix, to open her and connect to this amazing gateway. I invite you to lie in a darkened room on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Make sure you feel safe, that you're not going to be disturbed. You feel nested. Light candles, play music, and create a sacred space infused with your energy. If you choose to use lubricant, you're going to insert your fingers inside your vagina up to your cervix. If that doesn't feel right for you now, you can just place your fingers on the top of your pubic bone and energetically connect to your cervix. So the choice is yours. So if you're going internally, go slowly. go super, super gently. Feeling as though this is a sacred journey of initiation in the royal road to the doors to the temple. You're traveling with reverence and mystery and devotion that all pilgrims carry within them. Be really, really sensitive to your needs and your feelings and sensations that arise, and journal them or voice record them as you go deeper and deeper into the passageway, deeper into the great mystery that is the portal of your womb. And what feelings arise? Is there openness and surrender? Or is there fear, closure, or even revulsion? I invite you to keep going, to keep exploring until you reach your cervix. And when you have reached your cervix, be present with her. Be present with the magnificent power that resides here at the cervix, your third womb gate. Let the magic wash through you. Immerse your whole being in this powerful portal. When you feel ready, slowly chant Ma. Ma. You find your own pitch and tone. Ma. Ma. And as you sound, you'll feel the resonance vibrating into the core of your womb space and your soul. You are calling for Goddess. You are reaching out to her, asking her to help you pass this threshold place, announcing your devotion to love and praying for grace. I really recommend that when you do this, you do it for at least 10 minutes, so you can really drop into this sacred practice of connecting to your cervix. Then rest in silence and see what arises for you. So I hope you feel drawn to doing that. The other aspect that I'd like to touch on are the shadows and woundings that are held at the third gateway. So seated here are the energies of manipulation, hierarchy, power over, powerlessness, pride, false humanity, vanity, worthlessness, self-reliance, separation, denial, closed down, shut off, narcissism, the influence of spirits and entities, afraid of ordinariness, cold, and black magic. So, if any of those triggered anything in you, just whisper to yourself, I love and forgive myself. I love and forgive myself. I love and forgive myself. 3 times and rest. So the beloved Crone, our guardian of this portal, of this gateway to the other world, can paradoxically bring up fear. And fear is one of the greatest servants of love. We befriend fear until it melts into love. This is the greatest initiation we can undergo. The Crone brings us this gift of release, of letting go, of rebirthing all that no longer serves us, so that we can spiral again and again into another spiral of wisdom and love. She is the full, fierce force of devotion and wild truth. She holds the power of the Daleth, of death, so that everyone can be reborn anew. This initiation at the cervix can be exhilarating, intense, terrifying. This frequency is often a tornado that whirlwinds through our life. And what is left? What is left standing then? Only what is true and what is real. And I ask you to trust in this divine pruning. If you'd like to know more, to journey deeper, please come to my in-person, my trainings, which I run twice a year in Glastonbury, the Shamanic Way, the womb massage, which is for therapists, sound healing with tuning forks for the womb, the whole gateway. Ooh, let me show you. Here's the weighted tuning fork for the Crone, for the cervix, and it's on the body, it's weighted. So I'm just doing it in my aura, so hopefully you can hear it. But when I work teaching therapists how to use them, or with clients, we place it on the body. And the vibration goes in, and it's like a secret key, another opening for healing. So yes, tuning forks, and there's a whole set of 8 for each of the 8 gateways on the wheel. And I also run a 3-day course on yoni steaming, womb mapping, which is my word for closing of the bones, drawing everything in, not just postnatally, but for any trauma or life transitions. Divorce, abortion, miscarriage, children leaving home, moving country, anywhere where women feel their energy has gone out and they need to reclaim their power back. That's a whole day training. And sacred anointing. Where on the body do we anoint and what makes sacred oils? That's a 3-day training. And then once a year I teach a residential training for women who are already running red tents and moon lodges, women's circles, how to facilitate all of the womb work and the Shamanic Way of the womb practices. It's a residential retreat at Earth Spirit every year where we dive deep. You embody the practices, ready to take them out into the world. Coming up in October, I've got my Shamanic Way of the Womb 13 Moon Apprenticeship, which is an online training. You journey a whole moon with each gateway. So you spend a whole moon, a whole month with the Crone and the cervix, diving deep, healing yourself. If you want to know more, just look at my website, sanctuarysophia.co.uk, and I hope to get to meet you in person or online. If you want to contact me at all, you're really welcome to. I'd love to hear from you. Blessed be. Giving thanks to the Crone goddesses, to beloved Ceridwen, dark Celtic queen, Crone of the otherworld, to all the portals of the otherworld, to the portal of the Crone at the cervix, I give thanks. I give thanks for the mystery, for the trust in the unfolding. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for being here, holding this space. Blessed be.